Good morning, Karen Scholl, Operations Section Chief with the Alaska Incident Management Team, here for your October 6th morning briefing. This will be our last morning briefing, so stay tuned for the Great Basin team as they come in and get set up and provide you information forthcoming. Kind of talk a little bit about the transition, what that looks like for us. All across the whole incident, in here at ICP as well as out on the ground, we have counterparts that are here today shadowing us to gather all the intel that we have to offer to them so that it should be a smooth transition, mostly for the firefighters on the ground. So although the leadership is changing, the folks on the ground are going to be the same firefighters out there. So they know the ground, and we're just passing the knowledge to the divisions and the branches. And so that is happening today. It's full day, so that's kind of happening in the background. And then here at ICP, a similar thing is happening, trying to make sure that all the intel that we've gathered and how our operation is running will be passed along. So overnight, we had crews up on the 14 road, north of the 36 out of Forest Glen. Fire continues to move along with the fuels and topography, and with poor minimum RH recoveries last night. The fire was just continuing to move, and we were able to keep up with it. So firefighters today will be back in that area. The dozer line that comes off the 14 road and heads towards the South Fork of the Trinity, that is in. It's been prepped with crews. There's a few more places to work on, but essentially that is looking real good. We do have some check lines that are coming down. So as the fire wants to come up here, we'll kind of check it up, make sure that the other team over here is aware of what we're doing, and then get it into the South Fork. So the Pacific Northwest team that's on the west side of the South Fork of the Trinity will have a plan in place, and we'll be coordinating with them over the next couple of weeks with the Great Basin team to make sure that we're not sending fire at them and they're ready to receive it, because it will likely spot across the South Fork of the Trinity at some point. With the weather coming in potentially this weekend, just a cooling of temperatures and higher relative humidities, whether we get rain or not, that will be helpful. It'll just want this fire to help this fire to slow down a little bit. It's not running, but it just wants to keep moving. So that'll help slow things down a bit as both teams get a plan together. Along the 36 highway, just south of Post Mountain, we did get the fire closed up all the way down to the control lines that we were planning on. It's not all the way to the 36 everywhere, but for the most part, from milepost 64 to 66, that's down to the highway, and then from 66 out to 68, it's on a dirt road that is in there, and crews are in there and holding it, and everything's looking really, really good in there. So this is a really excellent point to hold the fire, and what it's doing is keeping fire from slopping over or spotting into Post Mountain. So we're feeling good about this. The next team will continue to monitor and patrol that and mop it up. And so this whole thing is locking off basically the fire movement to the north and to the east, and the threat to Post Mountain, although it's reduced, it's not over yet. We still have some work to do. The fuels need to continue to burn out in the understory, and so the threat is reduced, but we're still on guard there, keeping an eye on that. Crews up in the contingency branch are continuing to push our secondary line up towards the North Fork, up past Indian Valley to the west there. Rowdy Bear, that's protecting Rowdy Bear from fire advancement, as well as movement to the northeast towards Hay Fork. High Palm is being cut off from the fire with both the primary control line as well as the secondary. So we've got plans in place there. And so we're feeling good right now. And again, just as we get later into the season and the seasonality starts to catch up with us, I'm not saying the fire won't move, but we've got some check lines in there to continue slowing it down. In the 36 corridor, Wildwood, Harrison Gulch, Platina, Begum, we've got folks in there doing structure protection. We're coordinating with CAL FIRE on their protection areas in the east. And so you'll see folks in and around the Wildwood and Harrison Gulch from us, and then over in Platina and Begum, you'll see some CAL FIRE folks over there doing structure assessments and preparations in case our slop over wants to continue to move to the north and to the east. As discussed yesterday, we were able to get a crew and some dozers into the slop over, and they've made some progress. They were able to have a lot of air support yesterday. I think all told we had 11 helicopters in here. We're using a dip site out of Wildwood, as well as the mobile retardant plant that we have up at Peanut to help support that and support the firefighters down in there. With the expected winds today and weather conditions, the smoke conditions actually, we're not sure if we'll be able to fly in here. We'll support the crews as best that we can, but we are anticipating the overall winds to move to the southwest and kind of push the smoke that's in over on the southwest side into this area. So depending on the air quality and air conditions, it'll just depend on whether we can support them by air. We'll have people down in here at least monitoring and patrolling and trying to keep the northwardly progress checked up. And while we're doing that, we've got the Structure Pro happening along the corridor. So that's about what we have around the fire and what's going on. Just it's a busy day for us as we transition with the team. It's going to be Great Basin in the northeast, which is everything to the east of the South Fork of the Trinity and east of the South Fork Mountain. The Great Basin and Pacific Northwest will be on the other side. Stay tuned to the forest websites. That's where the information will be coming from. And thanks for having us and hosting us. It's been a pleasure to serve you guys. We'll talk to you later.